Well, you know what? Are we really coming to an end of the war? Prayerfully, we are. But maybe we might not be. We might not be. We might not be. Why? Because it's a new sheriff in town or a new supreme leader, right? The sun. But we're going to talk about things that are encouraging that the war is going to be ending and 5 stocks that we could take advantage of because of the war slowing down and prayerfully ending. Before we get started, as always, like, subscribe, share, and real life, I'm a certified financial planner. Blessed to help thousands of people worldwide, but only social media airways will get information. This information is going to help you transform your finances. You ready? Let go.
And you just wanna get paid. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late. Yeah, pay for profits to help you seek change. And you just wanna get paid. Yeah, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late. Pay for profits to help you seek change. Yeah, cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Been check to check, you knowing it could be different.
So, we have some news coming out of Iran. Missiles, when everything first popped off, they were shooting off, Iran was, over 115 missiles a day. That has slowed down to now 4 missiles a day. 4 missiles. They went from 115 missiles a day now to 4 missiles. That says 2 things. Number one, all of the bombing that us and Israel did and bombing the Navy bases, the Air Force, and then their weapons systems is working, but they don't got no weapons. Number 2, it also is a sign to the end. What are they going to do? Right now, they have the Strait of Hormuz secure, what Iran does, so who's going to happen there? But eventually, that's going to be taken over. When that happens and that supply of oil gets opened up again, where we have right now a lot of demand, not a lot of supply, once the supply starts coming into the market again with the same demand and oil prices go down, that's nothing but a good thing. So I believe, me personally, that we're not out the woods yet, but I think we're coming to an end because how can they defend themselves, right? From a mass bombing standpoint. Now, of course, prayerfully, they don't, do other mass bombings and things of that nature where a person does suicide, hopefully. But just from a pure bombing standpoint, going from over 100 missiles a day to now less than 5, that tells a sign that, the resources are drying up. So from an investment standpoint, how can we take advantage of this now? It's going to be other warfare, other things that's going to be happening to find individuals and quote unquote take people out. And we're going to talk about the 5 stocks that I think is going to be great in your portfolio. Now, we don't like war. We don't want anybody to die. It is what it is, though. Number 1, RCAT, symbol RCAT, RCAT Holdings. What are they? What's RCAT? RCAT is a U.S. defense technology company, and they specialize in unmanned aerial systems, aka drones. We're not fighting with bayonets and swords and muskets anymore. It's all about drones. It's unmanned. Where you have a person in Kuwait or in Bahrain with a PlayStation-like controller controlling everything. So unmanned drones and RCAT, they manufacture them. They provide intelligence and surveillance capabilities, and they also develop tactical drones and mission software. So they got the drones, and they develop the software, and of course, they sell that software to third parties. And it's critical for battlefield operations. The reason why, because things, like I said before, is not actually fought on the battlefield, it's in the air. How many casualties have we had? U.S. casualties, right? We ain't fighting on the ground anymore. It's all cyber and warfare. And RCAT, let's look at their stock. Look at here, right? They're at $14 a share, up by 72% the last 6 months. Went up to $14, $15 a share, went down. Look at this, right? They knew what was going on. Big money Wall Street knew, up as high as $17.36 and down is popping back up, right? The last month, up by 16%. Look at that. Whoop, huge pop, right? Last 5 days, going down, right? Because things return to the mean, right? And then today, up by 4%. Because individuals are thinking things are over with. Now we're going to go from missiles to more drone and unmanned drone. RCAT's investing, we think it's going to do very well the next 3, 6, 12 months from now. And that's why we added it to our client portfolio. Now, past performance does not guarantee future results. We're giving information, not advice, but RCAP. Number two, Velio 3D. Now, what is Velio 3D? Well, Velio 3D is a company that does 3D printing. They do 3D printing to create advanced manufacturing, or AKA metal. And they do this to serve aerospace and defense planes and other large mechanical machinery. My friends, ain't no assembly line doing things anymore, right? Back in World War I and World War II, things was all about the assembly line. That's how they built metal. Now it's all about 3D printing, getting something done, shipped out very, very quickly. We can build a house now within 7 days with 3D printing, not 90 days anymore. Now, with government bureaucracy, you really can't do that because you got to pass permits, but literally, houses 3D wise can be made in literally 7 days. Crazy, right? So now, from a military defense standpoint, we get to create these large pieces of machinery, and it's done instantaneous. And who is the caveat of that? Velio. And their stock is taking advantage of all the hype. As we see at the screen, Velio up by 306% the past 6 months, as high as $20 a share. So a huge drawdown, right? From $20 a share to 12. I mean, it was up by 500% a few months ago. So you are able to buy this thing right now from its high of 2012. That is a 40% discount, my friends, right? And it was down as much as $9 February 20th. But of course, it has crept up, still down by 7%. But it has crept up from 10 to 12. That's a 20% gain in the past month and a half. So if it just gets back to where it was at $20 a share, my friends, from here, that's an 80% gain. So yeah, because of us doing these large 3D printing projects, no more assembly lines, a stock I believe is going to continue to go up. And also we got Venezuela as well, right? Venezuela, we're still kind of sort of invading them still, right? So they're going to be needed. Their product's going to be needed. And with bureaucracy out the way, I think this stock can go even higher. So stock number 2, Velio 3D. Number 3, Amprios, symbol AMPX. What is that? Well, we got these drones, and the drones need what? Lithium batteries, right? They need to be able to be flying for 12, 24 hours doing surveillance, right? Being quiet. So you need batteries. Well, Amprios develops high energy density lithium batteries. They utilize advanced silicone technology, and they serve for drones specifically. So they specifically create their batteries for drones, right? Common thing. Why we're not bombing anymore. Now it's more surveillance with the drones. We need more drones. So we need batteries to power the drones, right? It's a whole infrastructure play. And it enables the drones to fly longer, to be more quieter as well. And for that reason, that's why we think this stock is going to continue to go up. But look at the charts. We can see the past 6 months. Look at this, right? Up by 144%. Now, unlike the other 2 stocks we looked at, this thing has spiked the past month up by 55%. So theoretically speaking, it is at a literally all-time high. And do we want to buy at an all-time high? No. And we have that FOMO, fear of missing out. So this is something we probably want to put on our watch list. Again, not a recommendation, just information. Because things revert to its mean. It's going to be a sell-off sooner or later. And when it is a sell-off, if you believe that drones are here to stay and that they're going to need these batteries, and it's going to go down. And when it goes down, this might be when you want to buy it. If you do, again, information, not a recommendation. But as we can see, up by 116% lifetime, but up by 144% the past 6 months, Wall Street is saying this stock might be here to stay. Number 4, my baby, Antara. I talk about it all the time. I'm going to be a broken record. So I'm just going to say this, and I'll go to number 5. Pelotar mixes tech with military. They got the largest government contract ever. They're going to get the second largest government contract this year. They're not going anywhere. I mean, it's literally the stock of the decade, literally, besides NVIDIA. Pelotar is the reason why we had so much pinpoint accuracy. They built models, and now they're using that data to sell to Fortune 500 companies from a targeting and advertising standpoint. Pelotar for the win, y'all. It's the OTR. I ain't going to show y'all the stock charts. Y'all know how I feel. Pelotar. Number 5. Well, what we don't know is how much gold we have in Iran. What we do know, it's a lot of gold in Venezuela. one of the reasons why I think we invaded them was for the gold. So shouldn't we have one of the largest U.S. mining companies then in our portfolio? That's why Angelco Eagle Mines could be a play, symbol AEM. Global gold mining company, but they're based in the U.S., and we know that Trump is pro-America and pro-American companies. Operates in political stable regions. They usually come in with some stability. And number three, they focus on gold production and exploration. They don't hold gold. They don't hoard gold. They mine the gold. This is a mining play, right? Just like if it was in the, 1800s, right? We had the companies doing the gold rush that kept the gold, but the ones that made the money was the ones with the pick and shovel, because with the pick and shovel, you might find gold, you might not, but you need that to even mine it. So this is a pick and shovel. Let's say it's no more gold in Venezuela. Well, you still need to hire this company to find it or not find it. It's no gold at all in Iran. You still need this company to find it. That's why it is a pick and shovel play. And their stock has been booming. Year to date, up over 33% when the stock market's flat. Last year, up by 133%. Jiminy Christmas. Now, we're buying it at a discount because it was high as 259. Now it's at 226, which means that's a 10% discount, right? And it's been dropping, right? Up by 7% the last month, but past 5 days down, and really past 3 weeks down by 10%. So if we believe that mining is going to happen and the Trump administration is pro contracts to U.S. companies, AEM might be something to look at. Now, in closing, we don't like war. We don't want to see anybody hurt. So I'm not doing this to celebrate what's going on. I don't agree with it. I don't think we should be invading anybody. I love peace, not war. I'm a veteran, military veteran. I was over in Kuwait in 2003 when the war was in Iraq. So I understand the pain in losing people. People I went to basic training with lost their lives during the Iraqi war, right? So I'm not pro-war at all. I'm just giving these examples because as investors, things are out of our control. How can we profit from it? So with that being said, love is love. Comment below. You like these stocks? Don't like these stocks? There's other stocks I'm not talking about we should do? As always, let's make some painful profits together, y'all. After you like, subscribe, and share to our channel. And then let's make some painful profits together, y'all. Peace.